This is Tom Rees watching footage from the 2008 Premiership Final against Leicester Tigers. So this was the second time we'd faced Leicester in a final in as many years, with the European final the year before this. So obviously wanting to make an impression. There's my first involvement. Very unspectacular. I think Fraser and Josh will have been screaming for the ball outside. But I'll claim I was just giving Owen Redding a chance to show just how good he was. And then there's Raphael Ibanez, a legend of a French captain, now doing great things with the French national team. A pass from me, you don't see very many of those. Certainly not my strong suit. But there you go, normal service resumed, ball tucked and head down, ignoring the men outside me. You can see Lawrence Delalio there telling Wayne Barnes exactly what should be going on. This was Lawrence's last game. He retired after this, and knowing this was going to be his last appearance for Wasps, we really wanted to put in a performance that was sort of worthy of him and worthy of his legacy. Really, as one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Wasps player of all time. And then Lawrence, James Haskell, myself, sort of making up the back row. James putting in some hard yards, me just having a bit of a rest at the back of the ruck. Of course, James will say that he carried me throughout most of my career, and he may have a little bit of a point. I did do some of it myself, but here I managed to burrow over with him behind. I think sadly that's about as far out as I ever scored a try from this point onwards for Wasps. I think when I first started I could run things in from sort of 20-30 metres, but that's about as far as out as I managed to go it over from. And then there's a shot of James Lawrence and I. There's actually a picture somewhere just after I score that. There was a big hand that comes over my head afterwards, and that was Lawrence's hand, and I never managed to track that picture down. But it had James and Lawrence and I in it, and that was a really nice moment. It wasn't certainly wasn't an easy game, this one. I think the scoreline, we managed to hold Leicester out, and as I look back now, it's just moments like this going over the try that really sort of stick out. I sadly don't remember an awful lot about the celebrations afterwards. I know I was fairly hungover the next day, and I know I got a lift home with a police officer, though not because we'd caused any problems, but my housemates and I had been out. He'd seen us and very kindly offered us to give a lift home when we were looking a little bit bedraggled at the end of the evening. And then finally there's a shot of me, sadly with not much better hair than I've got now, though there's certainly a lot more of it at that point. Strange watching this footage back. Haven't seen it for such a long time, and I do speak to a couple of the guys every now and again, James Haskell in particular, though I think sadly we're all so busy that those moments are a lot rarer than they should be, but good fun watching that back.